Hello everybody, welcome back to Mr. Magpie's Harmless card game. It's still all my brain can think about. I know that's what I say, but that's because that's all my brain is thinking about. But it's a brand new day, so hopefully I can bring in some fresh energy and some logic. There is one Jerry adjacent to this card, okay? Let's start with stat cash. When you complete a column, gain money. Let's start on the 2 columns before doing the 3 columns. So we'll start here. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. So that's going to be one of these columns and then 2 other columns. Let's go here. Get $1. How about that one? Another $1. A multiplier. Another multiplier. Okay, so what do we still know? There are 5 open columns. 3 of them have at least 1 Jerry in. Alright, that's a Jerry. Then it's probably going to be at least one of those is 2. Probably this is 3, just mathematically by how many cards there are available for it to be on those, but no guarantees. Not bad. We still have a shield. We know there's one there. We know there's at least one in one of these columns. Could be here, and this could be the empty column. We can't know yet. There's also one more hint out there to be found. Okay, 1, 2. Going to be one in this column or this column. So this is free. This is free. $15 is massive. And we know there's a Jerry adjacent to that card. So that's where the 3rd one is in one of those. And the 4th one is in the same column. So it's either these 2 or this and one of these. Mathematically, it's probably where more cards are. So I will punt on this. Of course. Okay, well, that we know that the last one is between those 2. So we can do that and that. And then the other one's the hint and the other one's the Jerry. So $40 coming out of the first part of the night is not bad. Golden turd, you've earned it. You can't afford this. Death. When the eye opens, gain malt for each bloodied Jerry. When you complete a row, your perks gain $10 of sell value. We did a good run not that long ago with stocks. So we'll take stocks and we'll take a hint. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. Wow. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. Well, if we want to complete a row to get $10 of sell value on perks, then we're going to have to find a Jerry somewhere along the line. Oh, look, a Jerry. Okay, the largest grouping of Jerry is 2. So either this or this could probably be a Jerry or one of the others. Right, get the columns, get the columns, get the columns, get the columns, get the columns. Okay. So, largest group is 2. Could be these 2, could be those 2, could be these 2. Can't be these 2 and these 2. So I think this is safe. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. Right, can we get any more out of this? Is this column, and this column, so that's no use to me. It's... Okay, so this is a Jerry. Because every row has at least 1. This has 1. That has 1. So that's a Jerry. And then either this and that, or this and that. And I don't think there's any way for me to disambiguate on that. We haven't seen the $3 card yet. So I'm slightly more tempted to try and punt. So either lose a life or gain $12. Alright, we'll go. When the round begins, flip a money card. I don't love that. I'm going to re-roll for 1. We want stuff that stocks can get value from. And these are not things that I want. When an eye opens, reactivate a non-random eye card. I'll take that. When you flip a money in a corner, upgrade it. I'll take that. There are an equal number of Jerrys to the left and right of this hint. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 6, 7, 8. So the right side is effectively safer because there's more non-Jerry cards here. When an eye opens, reactivate a random non-eye card. Great work, me. There is 1 Jerry in the corners. 1 of the rows has no Jerrys. That's good for our stocks. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry. Okay, that's 1 column. This one probably has 1 in a corner, and then these have 2 around them. So this is probably safe. 4 columns have a Jerry, 1 of them is in a corner. Odds are, well, this has to be a corner, so we know this corner's safe. Useless to me, but safe. We still have a shield. Okay. We have a closed eye that we can open. Let's take the column. All right. So 1 of these is a Jerry, and 1 of these is a Jerry. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry. 1 of the rows have no Jerrys. That's this row. So all of these got $10 of sell value. Four columns. 1, 2, 3, and 1 of these. But we can't know which. Again, the $3 card is out there somewhere. I'm going to punt on this because we get the column for it as well. Damn. Well, if this is one, then these 2 cards are free. So there's that. $44. The top of the hour, get 10 mult when you flip up or non-enemies. At the beginning of the round, gain multiplier for each perk that starts with the letter T. We don't have any of those. We can take a second darts. And give me a hint. More hints, the better. I want something that I can upgrade stuff with. I will take a sticky pills. And a pill. There is 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. So darts, when an eye opens, reactivate a random non-eye card. And we've got 4 pills. Great. Alright, finding the $3 early is nice. We could try and reactivate the $3, but we want to do that after we found our mults, I guess. Yes, I know, this is bad that we found it early. I want to find it late when my multiplier is high. Of course I do. Alright, 2 of those. Not very helpful. 1 Jerry adjacent to that card. Okay. It's going alright. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. There's 1 of these columns, this column, and presumably this column. Well, it could be here and there. The largest grouping of Jerrys is 2. Can't be that. Could be that and this. There's 2 more hints out there to find. Every row has at least one Jerry. This could be a group of 2. There could be one here and one there. Nope. Well, we can do this for free, this for free. There are more Jerrys to the right than the left. Yeah, we know that much. Eyes open. Largest groups of Jerrys is 2. But we've only seen 2. So it could be that, it could be that. Each row has at least one Jerry. So that's a Jerry. So this is 2. So that's not 1. Thank you for $5. So that's 1. There's these. 3 columns. 1, 2, and then one of these columns. Each row. Alright, I think we're done. I do not want to die. When an eye opens, flip adjacent money cards. When an eye opens, reactivate non-eye cards in corners. I like that more than that. I also like group synergy as well. When you flip a multiplier card, flip up adjacent mults. When an eye opens, reactivate a random eye card. We'll get rid of that. We'll take corner office and that. I like that this reactivates and it's efficient. Go on then. And I'll do a break room because we want to have health so that we can clear more full rows. In fact, that was worth a lot of money to us. I forgot that we could do that once we had stocks. I should have been thinking about doing that more. We also get stuff down here. Do I want another pill? Got 4 pills and 5 money cards. Give me another pill. There is 1 Jerry in the corners. There is 0 Jerrys in this column. When an eye opens, reactivate non-eye cards in corners. Alright, I'm just going to commit to checking corners. Alright, well that one is the baddie. That's nice for us. I wanted to check what would be next to these. Alright, so we still have a little health. That's nice. There's 1 Jerry in this row. There's 2 at the top. I'd like to complete this whole row to get stocks to pay. Four columns have at least 1 Jerry. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is safe. We can open the eye. And there's just a hint left, so we don't need that. Right, we haven't been injured, so we can't go back. I want more drugs for upgrades in groups of 3. When a round begins, gain mult equal to your total perk value divided by 50. That's so good. I think we sell stacked cash for this. Now we've got an hour and a half to make bank. There are 0 Jerrys in the corner. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. One of the rows has no Jerrys. Can't really tell which right now. There's none in the corners. None adjacent to eyes. One of the rows has none. The largest group of Jerrys is 2. right? This will be the top row when we play it. We don't care about columns anymore. I want to play cards that are closest to all other cards so I can try and get 3 multipliers touching. It's not very simple anymore though, but we still have 2 shield today. That's nice. Well, if we can find 2 clean cards at the bottom before we find a Jerry, then we might be able to clear the whole row. Well, that's a Jerry. That's lovely. $27. There's another Jerry. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. There's 1 money left. I almost want to end up going to the healing room. There you go. When activated, apply effect twice. Temporary. I'll take it. Let's go to the break room. That gets $50 of wealth. That gets $50 more. That gets $50 more. But we're running out of time. So 100, 200, 300, 400, about $450 worth of value up there. It's going to be close. There is 1 Jerry in the corners. One of these eyes activates twice. That's not a Jerry in the corner. Alright, that's a Jerry in the corner. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry. We found 2 of them. 3 of them. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. 1 here, here, here. So we've still got lots of money to find. Lots of re-triggers to find. Wow. This is the 4th guy, right? There's 1 Jerry in the corners. Oh, I should have done that to get the malts before taking the money. And we've got 11 minutes left of our day. Oh, God. We're not going to win. Even with $500-ish worth of stuff. Break room takes 10 and all the stuff we have to do. I can't do it. I can't do it. That is a massive loser. Just shoot me. Restart. All right, we go again. Right. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. Get the columns in. Good. 3 columns have at least 1. Odds are it's this column and one of the other columns. There are 0 Jerrys in the corners. Okay, well. 1 column, 2 column. The other column has 2 Jerrys in it. Good grief, dude. Alright, $24. So-so. When you flip a Jerry, gain +1 malt. Is this permanent or for the round? Not that I can afford it. Not that I can afford basically anything right now. Page of Pills. After flipping all dealt multiplier cards, gain +2 multiplier. When an eye opens, flip adjacent money. I can't afford this now. I'm going to do this. It's probably too greedy, but I want to find all these multipliers. There is one Jerry adjacent to this card. It was going so well. After flipping all dot multipliers, gain +2 multiplier. So we're on 7 now. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other. Well then, this isn't a Jerry. No, sorry. One of these is a Jerry. This is a Jerry, this is a Jerry, this is not a Jerry. One of the rows has no Jerrys. We already figured that out. When you sell this perk, flip all hints. Give me more pills. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. Yes, we're back down to 1, so this doesn't seem great. Though, starting off well. Can I have another hint, please? No. Ugh, we've had the $3, so the dollar's worth 10 to me. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry. Great. When you flip a dollar card on the left hand of the board, reactivate it. Give me a $2. Give me a hint. Give me group synergy. Give me another group synergy. Give me high value, and give me that to gain the value that I can then do other stuff with. Right, they don't count as things that can have upgrades. There's no reason for me to finish those. We have $4. Goodbye. 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. Right, we want to find groups of pills and groups of cash. We don't have anything sticky, so we have to manually flip everything. Great. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other. You're not adjacent. We have 2 health. There's 1 adjacent to this card. And 1 somewhere else. There are no Jerrys in this column. I can't believe we didn't get a group of 3 of anything. I guess we need to really fill the gaps with more of these things. You flip the last card in a group of 3. Well, one of these is going to be money. Probably. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry. 1, 2, 3, 4. But can't know which. I could have figured out that was 1, because one of them had to be here. Yeah, I could have figured more of that out, but hey. 10 PM. Another group synergy. Give me that. Let's sell looking for cash. Take another group synergy. We'll go to the break room just to re-roll the shop. You can sell your perks for less than you bought them for. That's profit. You shouldn't bear false witnesses against your Jiraiya. Don't know what that means. I will take another one of those. Right, so now they should have the highest chance of getting group synergy. There are 2 Jerrys in this row. Then let's start up here. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. There is 1 Jerry in the corners. Okay, so there are 2 on this row, so that's safe, that's safe, that's safe, that's safe, that's safe. One of them's in the corners. We have 4 drugs left and 1 hint. I'd like all those drugs to upgrade, but they keep being really rude about what will find itself in places. Alright, we have 2 chances. Alright, they upgraded. That's lovely. The last one's in the corner, so we can do that and leave. Yeah, we've got an hour to make this work, which does not feel great. One of the rows has no Jerrys. That's great. Not that row. There are more Jerrys to the right than to the left of this hint. There are 2 Jerrys in the corners. There are no Jerrys adjacent to each other. There are no Jerrys adjacent to this card. So, what have we got to? No Jerrys adjacent to each other, so that's safe. That's money. 2 Jerrys in the corners of the board. 1, 2. Oh, I didn't mean to click, I was just gesturing with my hand. Alright, we're out. I'm so mad. It's just over here. Stretch. Stretch and finger makes a little too much pressure. Give me the money. When you sell this perk, flip all multiplier cards. Probably worth it. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes. Well, I'm going to sell this pill bottle. None of them are in groups of 3. Delightful. 1 adjacent to eyes. Okay, so it's one of those, one of those. $75 for that is so big. We're getting close to the end of the day. We have to push through here, I think. So, 1, 2, 3. Be money. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. 1 column, 2 column, 3 column. Maybe, but unlikely. $368. One of those, this one, and 1 more column. Or 1 column, 2 columns. Probably not this. There's 3 more monies to be found. Let's start here. Can we find 3 other monies that touch? Well, that's 3 shots at it. No! 1 more. 1 more. And this is just to get through Monday. There's a whole other day to get through. Or week, or however long it takes. There are an equal number of Jerrys to the left and right, so start there. So 2 on the right, 2 on the left, then I will take the left where it's going to be much easier to not accidentally run into them. Probably still run into them though. There's 1. There's 2. Right, give me all of this. One of the rows has no Jerrys. Statistically, it's the... Oh no, it's the top one. Of course it is. I'm gonna get out with my health. The monies are worth $4 a piece. Or $12. Alright, we'll get out there. I'm gonna say these two on the right were the Jerrys. I was wrong. When an eye opens, reactivate a random. After flipping your money cards, gain money. I don't love them. Can't afford that. That's just blank. Give me a salad. Give me a hint. Let's see if we can make some more money. There is one Jerry in this column. Alright, let's sell the salad. The largest Jerry grouping is 2. Great work, one independent card that couldn't be part of a grouping of 2 Jerrys. There is one Jerry adjacent to eyes. That's that one. So there's a group of 2 here somewhere. So hypothetically, I should start... Oh, there's one in this column, and the largest group is 2. So this is safe, this is safe, this is safe. Alright. One adjacent to eyes, one in this column. If there's one in this column, it's either this and this, or this and this. But I cannot tell which, and I have no shields, so... After flipping all money cards, reactivate them. When you complete a row, reactivate that row. I would just like something that scales a bit more. There are more Jerrys to the right than to the left of this hint. There is one Jerry adjacent to this card. If this is the 1, then it means the other 5 are safe. Each row has at least one Jerry. Okay, it was that one, so it means not that one. There are 3 to the right. Each row has 1. At least 1. So it's unlikely. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. It's unlikely to be here. Okay. 2 lives. After flipping all money cards, reactivate them. So we want to find that other money card. 3 of these are Jerrys. 1 of them is a money card. And open the eye, and we're out. Nice. Stocks, dosage up. At the top of the hour, face up, upgrade all face up multipliers. Well, less useful. Self-directed. When you flip a Jerry, flip a random money card. After flipping all money cards, reactivate them. I'll take that. I'll take a malt. I'll take a hint. After flipping all money cards, gain money. When you flip a multiplier card, flip up face down adjacent multiplier cards. I like that. Now I just want to fill the deck with money and multiplier cards. There are 2 Jerrys in the corners. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. There are no Jerrys adjacent to one another. So those 2 are safe. There's 1 adjacent to this card. Odds are it's the corner. So the non-corner adjacent, or the ones adjacent to corners are probably not a threat. None in this column dealt with. No Jerry adjacent to each other. So we've cleared out the corners with that knowledge. There are 2 Jerrys in the corners, and there'll be 2 Jerrys here somewhere. 2 money cards, 3 multiplier cards. We have sticky pills. Okay, we get free one of those. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to that card. That means there's 1 Jerry in this set of corners. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other. One of the rows has no Jerrys. We've already learned that's this row. Alright, we get to re-trigger all of that thanks to finding the Jerry that then found the cash. It's no use to us to find the remaining multipliers, I think. So we're out. Yes. Absolutely. When you purchase this, your perks gain $10 of sell value. $73. It's only $9.20, and we've got full health, so I'm feeling okay. There are 2 Jerrys in the corners again. Great work. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. Lots of pills. There are 2 Jerrys in the corner. We found the 2 not in the corner. There are 2 Jerrys in this row. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. So the Jerrys in the corner are in the same corner. Is it worth taking a hit to risk finding them? 2 Jerrys in the corners. Largest group. Oh, the largest grouping of Jerry is 2. So it's that one, and not this one or this one. Great work. Glad I revisited my hints. Give me the money. Give me the malt that starts face up. When you purchase this, duplicate a random perk. At the start of the round, gain 1 malt for each reroll in the last shop. How much do I want to spend on this to get more rerolls? 1, 2, 1, 3, 7, 15 money to get that much reroll. There is 1 Jerry in the corners. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. One Jerry in a corner. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. Okay. Right, if we learn about groups of Jerrys, that might help. The largest group of Jerrys is 2, and there's 1 in a corner somewhere. So it's either these or 2 of those. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. There is 1 Jerry in the corner. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. The largest group of Jerrys is 2. If it's these as a pair, it's that one and 1 of these. So I can open these and spend 1 shield to do so. Okay. Then, in which case, it's 1, 2, 3, and 1 of these. But we've opened all of our money, so we don't care anymore. When an eye opens, gain money for each hint. When an eye opens, gain money for each bloody Jerry. When you flip a lonely money, reactivate it. Give me more money. 344 is not bad as it goes. Last time we rolled a few times, that probably helped us get where we're at. Group synergy, I would like. Let's drop stack cash for group synergy. At the top of the hour, upgrade all face-up money twice. Golden turd, bonds. Let's reroll kind of aggressively because we want that multiplier from loop in. 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes. Oh, I was like, oh, I won't do those, but this was adjacent to eyes, so those are safe. 0 in this column and 0 in the corners. Right, that upgraded, which means, by definition, when you flip up the last card in a group of 3, upgrade the whole group. So none of these are money. So I should look elsewhere for money. There are an equal number of Jerrys to the left and right of this hint, so those are safe. That's the last money card. Do I care about hitting cards for anything else? There's 3 pills. If I can find all 3 of them together, then we get them upgraded with group synergy. And they are sticky. But is it worth it? Well, we know this is safe. So now we know there's only 2 pills on this side, so that's not worth it. Oh, how the time flies. Right, we're making decent money though, I think. So I'm gonna be hyper aggressive about these rerolls, just to see how that goes. There's 1 Jerry in this row. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. Thanks. That's only a group of 2. Largest group of Jerrys is 2. Right, that's not money, that's not money. There are an equal number of Jerrys to the left and right of this. There's 1 Jerry in this row. It's probably not here then. No, they're an equal number, so it probably is there. Wow. Alright, our health is okay. It's already 11 PM, so we need to keep the pace up. With 1 money left, we cannot make a group of 3. But we can get a huge cash injection by activating our last cash and then getting... Which one is it? Yeah, Queen of Cash. So we leave. And then we just have to Queen of Cash once more and we're probably okay. We did a bunch of rolling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go to 7. Because I think we'll make $300 this round and be okay. Each row has at least 1 Jerry. These are not the way you should be arranged. Alright, 13x. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry. Right, 28. We have 2 health, 4 columns, so it's not this. There's 1 Jerry in the corners, it's not that. Well, basically we win whatever we find, because we're going to either find the last money and get Queen of Cash, or find a Jerry that gives us the last money. And then we get out of here with that much time left to spare. 28 whole minutes. Increased reroll cost is fine. We get 28 of our 120 goal. Alright, I'll keep playing since we did well. One of the rows has no Jerrys. There are no Jerrys adjacent to this card. We find all of the money first. Wow. There's no money left to be found. Get me out. I guess I could have done rows, or columns. When you flip a row, gain a random multiplier card. Give me a 4-way and a hint. There are 2 Jerrys in this row. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. Wow. Real useful, guys. The largest group of Jerry is 3. Okay, well, we know that there's 2 in this row. So it's probably 1, 2, 3. to make a group out of this. There's one Jerry adjacent to eyes. It's not 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. Three columns have at least one Jerry. 1, 2. One of those. There's 2 monies to be found. So, if there's a Jerry adjacent to an eye, but not 2, it could be 1, 2, 3. It could be 1, 2, 3. I think this seems least likely. There's 1 money left to be found. There are 2 Jerrys in this row, so one of those. So it's probably 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3. But not that one. We still have a shield. And we're done. Should get money for that shield remaining. When an eye opens, reactivate non-eye cards in corners. Oh, a hint that's always up. Give it to me. And sticky pills. There are an equal number of Jerrys to the left and right. There is 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. Okay, 1 adjacent to this card and 2 on the left, 2 on the right. We found 1 on the right, so let's just keep going there until we find the other. There are 2 Jerrys in this row. That's going to be the one adjacent to this card. So it's one of these 2, but all we're finding left over is hints, so we don't care that much. $52. $20 with a retrigger. When you purchase a perk, this gains 10 sell value. When you complete a column, flip a random money card. When you flip all hints, transform 1 into a +1 malt card. When you complete a column, flip a random money. I guess. Perhaps. There are an equal number of Jerrys to the left and right of this hint. Okay. There's 1 Jerry in the corners. When you complete a column, flip a random money card. So maybe I want to do horizontals first to find pills, then do columns. One of the rows has no Jerrys. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. Retrigger. Alright, well, we're learning stuff about the corners very quickly. There's 0 against this card. 1 is in the corners. One of the rows has none. But it's got to be this then. Because it can't be this, because that would leave only 3 empty spots. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other, doesn't help. I want to find the last money card. Alright, well, we found it. $58 dues. After flipping all multiplier cards, reactivate them. Yes. When you flip a malt on the right half of the board, reactivate it. Also yes. It's going to get interesting. So, when you complete a column, gain money. When you complete a column, flip a random money card. When you flip a multiplier card, flip up a face-down adjacent multiplier cards. After flipping all multiplier cards, reactivate them. When you flip a malt card on the right-hand side of the board, reactivate it. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to the eyes, and there is 1 Jerry in the corners of the board. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry. There are 2 Jerrys in this row. Could be that one in the corner. Well, it's that one for sure. There's one Jerry adjacent to this card. We already found it. There's one malt left. Do I care about finding it? No, because we've already found all our money. These are not... I wish I could re-roll these cards into deck, but I guess that would be too easy to just stack up the exact stuff you want. You complete a row, flip a random malt card. No. When eye opens, flip adjacent multiplier cards. I could get a hold of that. Give me the other eye then. We'll see if we can chain some of that together. There's one Jerry in the corner. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other. Wow, okay. So those are not pills. There's only 3 pills on the board. Great going, me. That's nice. That's what 13x is great. Right, we've got left 1 money, 2 re-triggers. Wow. There's one in a corner, so not here, not there, not there. Barely worth it. One of the rows has no Jerrys, we understand that. There is 0 Jerrys in this column, we understand that. One in the corners, can't know which, no Jerrys are adjacent to each other. Alright, we're done. 2218. That's not very good. Top of the hour. Transforms into a random uncommon perk. When an eye opens, reactivate non-eye cards in corners. Give me another eye. I want more pills. Every column, 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other. No pills. 1 pill. 1 more pill. There are more Jerrys to the left than to the right. Yep, that was a given. Alright, none are adjacent to each other. There's one in the corners. It's not here or here. Probably. Ah, it's the other corner. Alright. Get shot. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.